Thank you, Sudha. What a generous introduction. The President and the faculty members of European University, honored guest, fellow panelists, distinguished invitees, my dear students. It's my pleasure and privilege to be integral part of the research forum. What an interesting time. Extraordinary set of challenges and changes. Perhaps we have to relish with the changing face of the world. The biggest discovery of this COVID-19 is human beings can alter their attitude and alter their lives. And that's what we have collectively resolved and showcased in the last 8-9 months. Conceptually, the recent outcome of IMF is interesting. A couple of days before, International Monetary Fund has pronounced the global contraction is limited to 4.4%, possibly. We will be recovering to 5.2% in aggregate terms next year, 2021. The advanced economies, grossly underperforming as on date, should be contracting to the tune of 5.8%, and possibly next year they should be reporting a moderate growth of 3.9%. Emerging markets and developed economies should be contracting to the tune of 3.3%, and projecting a growth momentum of 6% next year. That's on the belief that we will have clinical solution. We'll all get administered within the standard time. Extraordinary set of risk we have seen. One is the economic risk and governance. Second one is the human risk. Already we had 40.2 million people impacted. We lost over 1 million people. So that's a human risk, human cost we have paid so far. Environment risk and governance is a new telling story. The energy mix is changing, carbon neutral system is evolving, ESG reporting is coming up, sustainable development goals more than ever is contemplated as a necessity to create better world, better citizenship to this world. These risks, including the social risk, which we are maintaining on our day-to-day observations, social distancing, hygiene, healthcare, we are maintaining to make sure we are not at stake. Governed by different principle-centered values. At a global level, over 30 trillion has been pumped so far. The monetary and fiscal alignment, the central bank, the technocrats comes to money supply, interest rate, inflation, including Federal Reserve, kept on hold the interest rate till they achieve inflation. And every single central bank is aligning with the fiscal framework to make sure the debt servicing capacity of individuals and institutions are improving. The liquidity crisis is not moving into a solvency issue. In short, the solution to start with is to have remedial management. Number one, first R is remedial management. That is, from a disaster recovery, we have to move to business continuity. We have to make sure our solvency stays on. Business continuity comes into prospects. This is only an interim space. When it comes to setting up the right kind of sustainable development goals, United Nations have set eradication of extreme poverty, gender equality, again, global warming and climate change, healthcare for all, education for all, ensuring digital governance comes in, peace. Institutions are acting on truth in action, and build this global partnership to make sure we create a better world and better citizenship in this world. When it comes to corporate management, again, very similar commitment we need not only we have shareholders' objectives, we have social risk management in the frame, and we will be governed by framework which are universally getting set as SDG goals, incorporated into our corporate mission and vision and execution. These are not ordinary developments. Let's understand. In addition to that, we have to remodel the complete business. It's a huge transformation in substance if you have to stay on. You have to redefine your personal life and professional substance are all getting changed. Extraordinary set of transformation is happening through digital governance plus. Social media tools are available today. Internet of Things, blockchain, artificial intelligence, robotic process automation are all telling today the new world order is sitting in and you have to get changed. That's a huge, rapid acceleration in terms of digital divergence. We have to change with that. We also seen rationalization as a structured principles. Your process, procedure, monitoring your consumptions, and ensuring we come to terms lean and smart when it comes to corporate management. If it is people rationalization, process rationalization, you need complete integration in terms of cost efficiency. And that's what the message we are getting. The circular economy in the world today is becoming flat. And that's what the lesson we have learned. Everything is smart. Everything is lean. Everything is efficient. That's the dictum today, the new world order, making world as a single integrated enterprise. And the possibilities are very many than the problems. The panacea, the medicines are more than the challenges. This crisis itself is an opportunity. That's the message we are resolving. This is not only the negativity which is pervading. The world is transforming. Mother Nature has been suppressed for too long. We have been taking this beyond compression. We are all debtors to the society. We use the land, we use the water, we use the sky, we use the mission. What are we giving back to society? Why we can't be settling our dues? Why can't we be ethical and moral? Setting individual discipline, that is why quarantine. Internally to drive. Internally to make sure you integrate your heart and mind as a human being to start with. Your infectious greed has to subsidize and you have to be a human being to start with. Not only you have to create a better world, you have to create better citizenship to this world. That's the message. We are getting it resolved time and again. What's wrong with it? Why can't we take it as an opportunity for us to redefine ourselves? Why can't we set in a principle-centered values for us to make sure we will be governed by principle-centered values? We will create a generation which is purposeful, meaningful for human consciousness. We will create a corporate mission which is corporate conscious. And we will set in a convergence. Unless you are a good person, you cannot create a good corporate. Unless you create set of good corporates, you cannot create good service to society. Unless you create good society, you don't create a nation. Unless you create good nation, you don't create United Nations. And that's the need of the hour. That's the challenge posed in our premises. Add to that, we have to come to terms. For subsistence, we have to revenue enhancement, we have to look at it. That's another challenge. With world becoming flat, as I said, now you have bigger opportunity to look at aggregation of your services. It's one market, one integrated market. More than ever, we are interdependent. We are recognized everything is virtual. That's the artificial intelligence, augmented intelligence. And that's what exactly we gather in this momentum. Look at the change in dynamics. I run a corporate in 20 countries. The changes and the challenges which I have gone through, of course we have gone through 2008 financial crisis. That was confined to liquidity. It didn't move into the solvency. The technocrats, we have learned lessons. Light switch regulation has failed, but we made sure we have clear governance in terms of risk and capital management. So when it comes to current level of changes and challenges, we understand every single business is getting redefined. Not only we have to give debt servicing capacity, ease of making business, competitive offering has to come in. We postpone the loans, we postpone the interest, and we are making sure we set in new world order to be more competitive, and your margins are falling when interest rates are lowering and your margins are equally falling. So you have to have additional source of enhancement through integrating your value system. No more you are part of the network, you are creating your own value chain. No more is customer relationship, it is customer experience in substance. No more marketing, it is real-time offers. No more it is a brick, it is a click today. Everything is changing, transforming. Your conventional wisdom has to be destroyed, set aside, come to terms with the conviction that this is a new world order, I'm going to innovate. I like the concept today. It is collaboration, innovation, concentrating on human dignity, human prosperity. And that's what exactly the trigger is all about. Transaction-based processing, all about digital advantage. Customer need the convenience, customer need the cost efficiency, customer we mean his time and his experience, whether wholesale or retail. Everything is becoming virtual, everything becoming less cost. It means cost efficiency comes in. When it comes to liquidity management, a new set of definition crops in. The digital advantage we have, digital currency is stepping in, payment gateways are getting created, and technology companies and telecom companies today becoming financial services today. The convergence in terms of financial service. So there is a change in phase of the business. In market acquisitions are becoming normal, but the valuations of every asset class, the valuations are getting redefined. If there's an absolute diminution, whether you are an individual or an institution, whether you own a stock, whether you own a property, whether you own a fixed income bond, you are decelerating in substance. You hold a currency, it is getting decelerated. That's the complete contraction. Our net wealth is diminuting in substance. Nothing wrong with it. You have to necessarily realize social inequality was a major trigger. 1% of the population is holding 40% of the global debt, trillions of dollars. Why should it be? We have nearly 7 billion people. We need to feed them. We have to give them minimum subsistence. We have to give them shelter. We have to give them education. We have to give them healthcare. We need to bring in a social order. And that's what the dictum is all about. What a fine development this crisis is telling us. Let's learn from it. Let's understand the creative solutions we have within us. And that's what the integration is all about. We also understand financial markets were nothing but gambling ground. The greed, infectious greed has triggered this enormous amount of complications. That's why carbon emission was much more than what is required. Today, energy mix is changing today. People are getting into different combination of alternates. And that's the need of the hour. Again, factoring environment into trading. Today, everything is distributed through blockchain today. Solutions are available for you to integrate and make sure transparency, trust comes in. So all these changes are challenges. But if we adopt, if we understand this, these changes are nothing but opportunities. These challenges are nothing but opportunities. We are creating solutions within ourselves, and we are going to make sure we create better world and better citizenship to this world. And that is a purpose for our human endeavor. The purpose of living is to make sure we create a better generation than what we are. We have to necessarily make sure the 7 sins the Mahatma Gandhi has mentioned: wealth without work, science without humanity, commerce without morality, religion without sacrifice, politics without principle, wealth without work, are all miserable. We don't need it. We will bring trust. We will bring transparency. We will love humanity. We reduce our desire and the greed. We will make sure we will bring in equality. We will create a better world. We will also reduce our ignorance. That wisdom is continuously The speed of wisdom is what the need of the hour. And that's what the purpose of our session is, I suppose, today. And that is what I want to offer you for the rest of the panelists to deliberate as a keynote. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your kind attention.